All righty. Good deal. Good deal. All right. So, for those of you that are watching in, welcome, welcome. And I'm really excited about this moment right now. We're probably going to be here for about 30 minutes or so, a little longer if Lucille has questions. But this is a real time hot seat coaching moment. And so, the reason why Lucille and I, or Coach Lucille and I, are talking is because Coach Lucille is also a part of my Facebook group, the Facebook community, which is absolutely free. And she asked a question about LinkedIn and lead magnets. And we got to talking, but I never really answered her question about her lead magnet. So I asked if she wouldn't mind joining me so that I can share my thoughts about it. And I had some clarifying questions for her, but once she responded, my brain just like went berserk. And so I was excited to share with her some things related to LinkedIn and leveraging that platform while expanding her business and her email list with her lead magnet. So she agreed. And today we're going to just very briefly go through what my thoughts are on this. And I just shared with her that of course, if what I think might help aligns with what her and God talks about, then I feel like this is gonna be okay. So, Lucille, Coach Lucille, thank you so much for agreeing to do this. And I really think this speaks to your desire to grow your business in a way that is not only going to be impactful for you financially, but in a way that is going to really, really serve marriages all around. And I'm going to even say the world. So, thank you so much for this. Okay, so I'm just going to share with everybody what it was that you asked. Now, you had asked a question about how can you use LinkedIn in conjunction with your lead magnet to grow your email list, and that was a question that we did not get to in the private Facebook group. But I didn't want you to think that I didn't hear you, and I would love coaching. So, and it really isn't that much of a challenge for me, but I just want to share with you some things. So, I asked Lucille a couple questions, and then in turn, what she did was she sent me a copy of her lead magnet. Now, her lead magnet happens to be an ebook. So she created a wonderful ebook, and it's behind her, I don't want to say a paywall, but behind her gated entryway of an email capture. And so what we do know about LinkedIn is that, first of all, LinkedIn is still very much so considered a professional, and it should be a professional platform. So we are business owners and we reach out to other professionals. And therefore, the way that the platform is set up, whenever somebody responds to your post via comment or one of the reactions, everybody else in their network can see that. Now, for everybody that's either listening on the podcast or watching this, I just want to let you know, if you've got little sensitive ears, we're going to keep it all PG 13ish. But if you've got little sensitive ears, just know, well, you know what, Lucille, I'll let you go ahead. Can you just explain what type of coach you are? And then we'll go from there.
Okay. Well, thank you for the opportunity. I do consider this a really great opportunity to sit down and pick your brain, so to speak. Yep. So what I do is I coach wives to create sustaining, happy, healthy marriages. I have a heart for wives. I've been married for 37 years. If the Lord if the Lord allows us to live to January 26th, it will be 38 years. And I just think back to when I was in probably, year 1 through 7, just feeling that things weren't going, disappointment about the way things were going, didn't really grow up in a two-parent household, so didn't have a lot to model what I thought marriage was going to look like, just kind of the little girl that came up thinking that the Disney movies were really what it was is we gonna ride off into the sunset and hold hands and kiss and love on each other, and that was just gonna that was the way it was gonna be. We were just gonna be happy ever after. But then once you get a home, some cars, you know, like kids, life situations come at you fast, and just, you know, feeling disillusioned, disappointed, just wanted out, basically. And so what I want to do is come along, and what I do is I encourage wives to see things in a realistic manner, not the way Disney movies have it, not the way Instagram portrays it, not the way the Real Housewives portray it, but the real. And as a Christian woman, I come from that perspective because I believe that marriage is not just for us, even though my marriage has definitely blessed my life. But I believe that it also blesses the people who are in our circle. So that's what I do, is I come alongside women and I encourage them to give them a different perspective, as the Lord placed some women in my life early on that gave me a different perspective. They were older than me, had been married longer than me, and so they gave me a different perspective on how to look at things. And I really credit them and the Lord for getting me here to 37 years. So I hope that answers your question. I know you gave the PG-13, right? Did you want me to get to the down and dirty now?
No, so the reason why I said that is because I don't know the direction that some of my suggestion might go as we continue on. So I just want to
Okay.
let moms that might have little ears just know I really am keeping that in mind, because as we speak, this is not very, this isn't typical. This is very last minute. And Lucille, as a member of the Impeccable Impact Mentorship Community, this is a perk, because I'm not real easily accessible for stuff like this. So I saw a need and I was like, she's a member of the community, so let's go in and help her out. And I know that by doing this is probably also going to help others as well. But anyways, back to the PG-13. My children are on the other side of my office door. So I'm going to make sure that I keep myself together as well. So, okay, so let's dig on in. I am not going to screen share right now, but okay, so Lucille, you sent me your book, and right now it's just me and you, and people are peeking in or listening in, how whatever format we got this going on. So I am looking actually at your book right now, even though you see me. I'm looking at your book. Well, I'm trying to look at your book. There we go. Okay, I'm looking at your book. Okay.
And I would let people know that the ebook is, if it were printed, it would be, you would call it a pamphlet. It's no more than what, about seven? It's seven. The name of it is 7 Marriage Communication Mistakes to Avoid. So I sent it to her in PDF. It's not very, it's a quick read. I mean, quick. So just to give people context, and they think in an ebook, they might be thinking a novel. No, it's really small.
Yeah, and so you know what? I think that, okay, so let's start with that. The fact, so just the way you described it, when people think of an ebook, they think of a novel. I just want you to consider this. I wonder if maybe saying download my free ebook, that might be a slightly intimidating, because they think that it's going to take a long time. And this is all recorded, so I'll make sure you have the recording of this. If you want to take notes, please do. If not, don't worry, because I'm sending you this recording. Plus, it's going to be posted and put up places on my podcast, and definitely in the Impeccable Impact community. But I wonder if maybe people, that might be a little bit intimidating, because your primary platform is LinkedIn. And on LinkedIn, what we do know as professionals, a lot of people think about this, like in that professional space, they work a lot. They work at work, they work at home. And the thought that now I got another book to read might be slightly intimidating. So when you discuss download my ebook, I would make that suggestion. Download my short ebook.
Okay.
I think as authors, we don't want to shortchange ourselves, so we don't want to talk about our creation being less than or smaller, but in this case, it's not. Less is more. So tell them my short ebook. That way, you're communicating to them that it won't take you long to read, and you're going to get a lot of value in a shorter amount of time. So I would mention that, or just consider that. Now, let's go to the title of the book. I came off screen so I could see you. Okay, let's go to the title of the book. So the title is 7 marriage communication mistakes to avoid. Now, let's start with that. So, when I first read that, I was like, okay. But then again, I started thinking some more about somebody in our community. She asked the question about, oh, shoot, what was she asking about? Oh, her Black Friday bundle. And I'm not going to say the name of it because I don't want to call her out, but she was asking questions about her Black Friday bundle. And the title of it was very similar, but there were words that were extremes. One was, and I will say this, one was the word success, and the other was the word struggle. And I watched as people commented on which one they prefer. And not only did people prefer the one that said success, but they also commented that they would think that there's hope in this situation. So they're looking for something that would drive them towards a more positive outcome. Success is more positive than struggle when you hear the two words, right? And so when I took a look at your title, I noticed, I thought to myself, what if the title was something more like 7 ways to improve communication in marriage and the mistakes to avoid, or something that is more positive in the title. Because the only thing, so first of all, in marriage, and I'm sure you know this, most people think that when you talk about communication in marriage, that's right up there with money and sex.
Yes.
Right? Communication, money, and let's just say intimacy.
Yes.
Those are like some of the top 3 struggles in marriage. And so to start off the bat with the negative thing, that might be that could be a little bit of a turnoff. So what if the title was framed to promote something positive, like I said, 7 ways to improve your I'm on a call.
Communication. Yeah.
Okay, I need you at the office while I'm on this call. Thank you. Bye-bye. So again, I gave the disclaimer, I'm working from home right now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm always working from home, but the kids are here too. So anyways, I'm sorry. So yeah, something that implies that it's going to have a positive, like at the end, you're going to have something positive. 7 ways to create the fiery marriage you always wanted, and the communication mistakes to avoid, something to that along those lines. And that's a kind of lengthy title, but I think you understand what I'm saying. Have something more positive in the title. So that would be the first thing I would say. Okay, so now I'm again looking at your book, and again, for those that are listening in and cannot see, and those that are watching, her book has, let's see, how many pages? She definitely has it says 10 pages. Okay, so it's a fairly short resource, valuable resource, but fairly short. So I noticed at the very end, the very last page of it is the connection page, right? How to stay connected. And so while I love this, I have some other suggestions that you can add. So first and foremost, let me go back to the front of your book. Okay, so you need to have an about the author page. You should have a page that lets them know who you are, what your experience is. Tell them your story. I've been married for let's say 38 years. By the time these edits are made, I've been married for 38 wonderful years, and talk about it. Talk about some of the challenges that you've had in your marriage and how it relates to the resource that you are giving them. Okay. Now, I'm not saying this so that you can make the book longer. You can have a very powerful resource, in 10 pages, but these are just some elements to it that I believe will be helpful. So having about the author page, I would do that in the beginning. Who am I? A little bit about me and an introduction to who you are, and then go into the ways that they can improve. And so what I would do is those mistakes, I would just reframe how they are mistakes. You can improve your marriage by making sure that here, let me go to one of the first mistakes and let's see. Okay, having unrealistic expectations is the first one. So I would say you can improve your marriage by setting realistic expectations. Okay, and then go into it that way. And so then then you can say, this is a mistake that many couples oftentimes enter marriage and trek through their marriage, not realizing that they've set unexpected expectations. Okay, so that's one of the things. Okay, so that's one of the things. So the stay connected, reframe how they, because if you're going to put a positive, like if the title is going to have something positive in it, as you go forth, you want to make sure that there's something positive in each section as well. Now, I get what you're doing, because and I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to say this, and perfectly this goes over well. But the world says, tell people what they're doing wrong, because they all want to know how to do it right. But I believe, especially in 2023, people are beyond what they did wrong. We've been beat down with everything we've been doing wrong long enough. Now we want to know how we can improve on what we already know we've been doing wrong. And maybe as we're reading this, realize, oh, dang, I thought I was good in that area, but I'm not. So I'm so glad she pointed that out. So I just wanted to say that. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so again, we're talking about leveraging LinkedIn and utilizing that platform that draws people to grow your email list, which essentially is going to grow your business. Now, I don't know what all of your back end offers are and what that looks like, but as far as growing this email list, okay, so let's just rework a little bit of the book. And I don't think it's going to be that hard to do at all.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
one other thing I wanted to tell you about the book. In the back, so the very last page of your book, currently you've got the page where it is like get to it. If this resonates with you, connect with me. Okay, let's rework that a little bit. Okay, so again, from the beginning of this book, nobody really knows who you are, your story, your expertise, why they should listen to you. They just got this book. And so right off the bat, you're saying, connect with me. But there are probably still some people that are like, yeah, I still don't know about you. So I see that you also have your LinkedIn and your other social media handles on there. I would put that up top. I would say these are ways that we can stay connected. And if you are ready, book a call with me. Now, let me see. You also have something in here that talks about your discovery session. Connect with me. So is the Marriage Reconnection Academy, is that your program, or is that is that your program, or is that what you are calling like your connection call?
It's a course.
Okay, so you got you got a lot of call to actions on here. And this is what I know, that when people get too much, they don't do anything. So I would have a page that says, this is how we can connect. And then I would have all of your social media handles. Then I would have a page that talks about, if you're ready, or maybe not a page, but an area that says, if you are ready, book your call with me. I wouldn't say anything about the Marriage Reconnection Academy yet, not in this book. Because this book is something to help somebody get a quick win. And so what you want to do is, after they get a quick win by reading your book, now they're like, oh my goodness, let me book a call so I can tell her about it. And I would even invite them to connect with you on social media so that they can tell you about the results or their success, so that you can celebrate how they've achieved a result as a result of getting your book. And then I wouldn't talk about your academy until you actually have them on a call with you.
Okay.
Because I do realize that a lead magnet eventually is to sell what you're selling as a coach, but you don't want to give them too much. You don't want to push them away before you even had a chance to give them a call.
Okay.
Okay. So those would be my suggestions for that. Now, again, back to as far as utilizing LinkedIn as a leveraging tool, what I would do is, hold on one second. Okay. What I would do is, everything you do points to downloading your ebook. everything. Every post, every call to action to every post you have on LinkedIn or anywhere points to downloading your ebook. Get your ebook today. Get your ebook today. Every single thing, not join my webinar, not join my event, but get your ebook today. Now, I do know that you also use masterclass webinars for lead generation as well. So explain to me exactly how that works. Exactly how does that work for you?
It hasn't been working that well. I've done 2 so far. You supported me on one, and then I just completed the other one Thursday night. So I had 2 ladies that knew me that also came in to support me and give me some feedback on that. So the way LinkedIn does it, when you set up an event, it pushes it to your network. Or I can invite people that are in my network. So I had like 100 and something people that, accepted the invite, but only 1 or 2 showed up. So it hasn't been working.
Okay.
To be honest.
This is the other thing. I'm not trying to go too much into LinkedIn lead generation, but what I would do, and how often do you do these? Once a month?
I want to get to do them twice a month.
Okay. I think twice a month is good. But I wouldn't, twice a month is great, but I wouldn't, once a month, if you're doing it once a month right now, what I would do is as you get people that, you're going to have to reach out to people. You're going to have to, as you connect with people, you're going to have to intentionally make connections on LinkedIn with your ideal client. And I don't know how you've identified who your ideal client is, but the one really good thing about LinkedIn is they have the search bar. So you can do some filters and things like that. You can also, where the world is opening up. So I would grassroots this thing and start telling everybody once a month, I do this masterclass, and I would use the language that we don't talk about in church. I would use not foul language, but I would use the real, like talk about the real things that you're going to talk about on that masterclass to generate interest in person. Reach out to real people that you know and make real connections, and have one person. Do you know 2 married people that could use this? Do you know 2 wives that might be able to use this? Get people to serve as ambassadors for you.
Okay.
Now, that's not about LinkedIn, but it could be about LinkedIn. So on LinkedIn, and this is something for you and for everybody else on LinkedIn, what I would do is I would make a point. Now, I'm going to throw this number out. That might be a lot. You can reduce it to whatever you want, but every single day, reach out to, let's say 5 to 10 brand new people. You don't have to message them, or you could, but make connections, not follow them, but actually make connections with 5 to 10 new people. Go on their profiles and comment something very, very thought out on their post, so you can be regarded as a somebody of interest, so that when they get that connection request, they're like, oh my goodness, she left me this amazing comment on my post. Yes, let me connect with her. Okay, expand your network that way. And then at least once a week, invite 1 or 2 or 3 people. If you invite 3 people, 1 might bite, but get people to just do a connection call with you, a networking call with you once a week, but carve out time for that. On that call, these real networking calls aren't about, like on LinkedIn, real networking calls aren't about, let me sell you my thing. Real networking calls are, how can I serve you? And let me tell you what I am looking for. And just leave it at that. And periodically, send them a message. I'm a fan of doing, I'm not great at this because your girl is real busy, but I am also a fan of, like, like a few months ago, I had like 3 or 4 networking calls a week. And then what I did I would do a post on Saturday thanking the people that I networked with, so that other people could also know a little bit about them and network them as well. So put out a post that shout out the people that you met. Okay, or the new connections that you've made, even if you guys didn't meet, via Zoom or whatever yet. Okay, so that's for you and that's for everybody else. but you're gonna have to grassroots this, okay? But everything you do points to get my book. Everything you do points to get that book. Now let's talk about some other things that I have seen. Oh, I told you my brain like went berserk, and I took some notes down, and I'm going down my notes and I'm like, oh, I didn't tell her about that. Let me tell you some other things that I would do as you point people to your book. I would also create like 2 bonuses with your ebook. Okay. Bonus number 1, be an assessment, like a danger zone assessment. Are you in the danger zone assessment? And come up with, I don't know, 10 to 20 to 30, however many questions or short scenarios where you tell them, check this off. If this is you, check it off. If this is you, check it off. And then at the end, say, if you checked off 5 or less, you are great. Get out there and start sharing with other people how great marriages are made, and give me a call. Let's connect because we share space and we can talk about fruitful marriages. Okay. If you are between, I don't know, 5 and 15, you might be at risk for you might be entering the danger zone of marriages, and talk a little blurb about it and say, your next step would be to give me a call. Let's connect so that we can talk about preventative measures for getting you out of the danger zone, prevent you from entering the danger zone. And then if you are at 20 to 30 or whatever the case, however many you decide, you are clearly in the danger zone. And I would love to have a 911 save this marriage call with you today. Okay, so that would be one of the bonuses. People like assessments. People like to know where they are, where they stand with their marriages and things like that. Okay, so that's one assessment. And then the other thing I would suggest you do is come up with some, and I'm just using very PG-13 language. Maybe come up with, 50 ideas to spice it up. All right. Just, 50 mind-blowing ideas or something like that. Blow his mind with these 50 things. Okay. So in addition to your ebook, they will also get 2 bonuses.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, all righty. So everything, like I said, is going to point to your ebook. Everything you do on Clubhouse, everything you do. I know you say you're on Facebook and you don't care about it, but even when you go on Facebook, everything points to the link for your ebook. Okay. And those bonuses. All right. Those bonuses. Okay, so now let's talk about this because I see you go live. I see you go live often. Well, you used to go live often. I don't know if you go live. How often do you go live on LinkedIn?
I had a challenge I was in where I went live every day for a month. So that's why you hadn't seen me go live lately. But so I don't have a specific thing where I have said I'm gonna go live this many times. What do you recommend?
Go create a schedule once a week at the very least.
Okay.
Once a week, go live and call it, I don't know, love chat with Lucille. Something to let people know what you're about. Love lessons with Lucille.
Oh, I like the 3 L's.
Yes, alliteration. So note for you and everyone else, alliteration works. Yeah, alliteration is huge. Because most people like alliteration. So yeah, do love lessons with Lucille once a week and create a schedule that you can be consistent with and go live. And you use StreamYard, right?
I use Restream.
Restream. Okay. So I don't know if Restream has this. They probably do, but I know on StreamYard we have this. So it's very easy to edit. Uh-oh. Can you see me?
I'm still here.
Okay. Something. hold on one second. Okay, there we go. On StreamYard, we have it where we can edit the videos inside and create new clips inside of the platform. And so what I would do is, I know you're going to have notes for what it is that you're going to talk about. What I would do, some of those real juicy statements or some of these really good points, what I would do is I would create clips for them. So maybe for 30 seconds, you're talking about, something, and it's real good, so good, in fact, that even you're like, dang, that was good. Or when you go back and review it and you're like, that was good. Or if people are watching live and they're able to timestamp when they say this is good, what I want you to do is clip those snippets of video and upload those onto your social media. Upload those to LinkedIn, upload those to Instagram, upload those to Facebook, and say, hey, check out my latest episode of Love Lessons with Lucille and see what you're missing out on LinkedIn, or see what you're missing. And not only do you tell them to check it out, but then you say, and be sure to download your short ebook, including my 2 bonuses, and make sure you identify what those bonuses are. Now, I know some people might be like, dang, Kellee, that's a whole lot of typing I got to do. I got to do a caption for all of that. Let me give you a trick. In my Google Docs, because I upload everything everywhere, I've got a page just for LinkedIn, a page just for YouTube, standard things that I put on all my videos. So all I do is copy and paste it. Copy and paste it. All right. So all of the emojis are there. I don't have to, recreate a bunch of all the hashtags for Instagram. They're already there. I don't have to recreate a whole bunch of stuff. It's already there. I just copy it and paste it. All right. To make the process smoother.
Yeah.
But I would develop a very consistent schedule of going live, tell people about it, announce it, tell people, invite people. And I would even make a big deal about, as you begin this regular series, make a big deal about it. Email your list about it, et cetera, et cetera. And if they don't show up, do not worry about it, because the other thing with Restream you can do, I know, is you can also now take this video and upload it to your YouTube channel.
Right.
You have a YouTube channel, right?
Yep.
Good. Everybody with a Gmail should have a YouTube channel. And I have to tell you, I've actually got 3 or 4 channels going now, and 3 channels going now. 2 of them nobody knows about, but I have a lot of content on there, and I use those channels to give people links to things, but nobody knows about them really. So if you're like, wait a minute, I'm not a YouTuber. Yes, you are. If you got a Gmail, you don't have to optimize it yet if that's not what you're doing yet, but get that out there so that people can have that SEO juice. Put the clips up there and the long form video that you do. Okay. That weekly live is going to be your long form video. Okay. And let's see. Okay. So I think though that's all I got for you as far as leveraging LinkedIn and growing your email list. And I'm available to answer any questions you might have about anything I said.
Okay, I do have questions.
Okay.
Or at least one. So tell me, on the assessment, is I want to make sure that I've got it correctly. Is the assessment hold on. Okay, so that's the bonuses.
Yeah, the assessment is one of the bonuses. And then and these are just my suggestions, because
yeah, I was
let
just
me
trying to
tell you
get it.
why.
I was trying to get it in my head. Is this something that I'm posting out for people? Is it something that I'm is something digital that I'm sending out? So I just wanted to get it clear in my head.
Yeah. So when you send out the ebook, also send out the bonuses with them to other documents.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
Just
Yep.
wanted to make sure that. Okay.
Yep.
Because I wrote that down when you first said it. I was wondering, like, okay, is this something that I'm just giving? I wasn't sure if it was something I was posting.
Or let me tell you, Let me tell you the other thing you can do. It doesn't have to be a digital document. It could also be a video, my video training. It could be a video training, and it can be more than, it can be several different things. And I just threw that out there for a suggestion. But yeah, you could do it on video. And if you have a YouTube channel, I think that's a great way to get YouTube subscribers as well. Send them out a bonus via YouTube, and they're gonna be like, this was really good. Let me subscribe to her YouTube channel. So there are lots of levels of ways for people to continue to connect with you as a result of a bonus. So it could be a bonus training, it could be check out yeah, it could be a podcast. If you have a podcast, you could be like, listen to this bonus podcast episode for you, you know, just for getting this ebook. But yeah, when you point, like I said, all of your CTA is download the ebook. Yes, you're gonna mention download the ebook and be sure to get your two bonuses.
Okay.
And it comes with these bonuses.
Gotcha.
Now we'll say again, just for the record, I mentioned this earlier, especially on LinkedIn, because you know, Miss CEO who really needs you is not going to respond to your content. She's not going to make a comment. She's not going to like it, do a reaction or anything, because her coworkers are going to see that. So when it comes to LinkedIn, we have to be very secure in what we're doing and just know that what we're doing hits. And when people are ready, they will connect with you.
Okay.
You'll be able to gauge it because they'll be downloading the ebook and the bonuses. And share when you on video, share with them what the bonuses are. Like you could tell them, yes, in this bonus, I'm giving you 10 of the most mind-blowing, he will never see that it's on the way tips. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
People, they want the juicy stuff.
Yeah.
And because respectfully, everybody has an ebook. Everybody has an ebook. Everybody has a book and an ebook. Everybody. And so how can you differentiate yourself? Well, yeah, I got an ebook, but I also got these bonuses. That's what you really want.
Okay. 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 I see.
Yeah. So, okay. So was this good for you?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
This was excellent. You've
Okay.
given me a whole page. You can't see the notes, and I got the little ink spot on there, but
okay, great. So this is my suggestion. Two things I always tell my clients is, first of all, make sure you sit with God on this and touch base with him and make sure that it aligns with his plan for you and your business. Okay. I don't want to be out of order at all. And so while I was excited about your business, I want to make sure that God is giving you the green light. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is try this out for 90 days. Let's just give it 90 days and see what happens. Now, LinkedIn is a great platform. I have no complaints about it, but I don't want you to use it as the only. Remember, LinkedIn is part of the strategy. So other places where you like to show up, even if nobody is there. So, for instance, if you happen to be on Restream, but you happen to have your cell phone nearby, hit the go live or start a room in Clubhouse. If nobody comes in, that's okay, because as long as your replays are on, you got content that's out there. And we want to get this SEO juice going. One of the things about LinkedIn is if you Google keywords, you can show up on Google. Your LinkedIn, what did I call it? Your love lessons with Lucille will come up. If you have something similar in Clubhouse and you Google keywords, guess what? Your rooms from Clubhouse on Google will show up. So show up in as many places at one time as you can. And when I tell you, do not think twice. If nobody comes in your room, do not give it a second thought. You want to just make sure that you got that out there so that wherever somebody is able to hear your voice and resonate with your message and your voice, they're able to tap into what you have for them. Because you cannot ever say the wrong thing to the right person. But you got to make sure that you get to the right person. And the right person could be anywhere.
Gotcha. So let me ask you one more question then. Because I'm new to Clubhouse. And so you mentioned the Restream and the Clubhouse. And I think I've heard you say this before when I've sat in on some of your rooms. So are you, Clubhouse is on the phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have that where you're talking in your room in Clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
So you have your restream on your desktop maybe,
Yep.
and you just have the audio, or can they see you also on the restream?
So I don't
Or,
use I use StreamYard,
you
but
use
yeah.
StreamYard.
So
StreamYard.
StreamYard is getting my audio and video. So I'm looking at the camera. But if you've seen any of my videos, you know, like I'm like, look, I'm multitasking here. So if you see me look away, it's because I'm looking at something else. But yeah, so they get my audio and video, and then Clubhouse just gets the audio. Now I can pull the audio from either Clubhouse or the StreamYard and upload that to my podcast. And I can definitely take the video and I can upload that everywhere. That can go on YouTube, that can go in the Impeccable Impact Mentorship Community. It can go on Facebook. I can take video and the clips of the video and put it on other social media platforms. So there are so many benefits to doing it once and capturing it both video and audio. And then listen, because I love the coach, I got another layer. Now, I don't want to overwhelm you, but when you are ready, okay, when you are ready, you can take your audio, all of your audio love lessons from Lucille, and you can create a book, 50 Love Lessons by Lucille. And now you can have those audio, the audios all transcribed. And of course, you'll have to go get it edited and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But you have access to that. Now you're writing books when
All
you're
right.
ready.
Okay. Create a book. Okay.
Okay.
All right. That's fine.
All right.
That's fantastic.
All
I
right.
have a book. I don't know if I told you that. Did I tell you that I have a book?
Oh, other than the ebook, no.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
It's called That Secret Sauce.
That
Essential Ingredients for Creating an Exceptional Marriage.
yeah, no, I
It's
did not
actually,
know.
it's probably, let me see how many. It's a quick read too. I've had great reviews on it. 83 pages. Well, that's not all that's from the very beginning to the last chapter, but it's notes. It's places where it has notes. Can you see that? It's where you can take notes, and it starts off with
Yes.
scriptures. Like this one talks about love language, but I reference Colossians 4:6 right there. So
So I have a suggestion for you.
I knew you would, girl. Come on.
So at the back of your ebook, if you can say in the back of your ebook, I would add that in there. Are you ready for more? You can connect, you can book a call with me or download my book on Amazon. It's on Amazon.
No, I sell it from my website.
Okay, so say that if you're ready for more, you can connect with me directly or download my book. If you sell it from your website, you have access to the people that download your book, and you can always still reach out to them. You ready
Right.
for your call? What'd you think of the book? Okay.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. And so I'm so glad that you're part of the Impeccable Impact community. I'm actually going to be, let me see, hold on, because I want to make sure I get this right. Because I also know that you hang out in my Facebook group as well. Where is this? Yes. Okay. So this month in the community, we are going to be talking about leveraging other audiences, specifically through podcast guesting and hosting if you have a podcast. But you have a book and you want to grow your email list, like stick around because we can't do this by ourselves. We absolutely, this is a misconception with a lot of coaches. And social media will have you thinking, you're good at what you do. Go out there and tell everybody and you'll get clients. We have to do this. We need people. We need people. And so we've got to leverage our connections. That's why being on LinkedIn is a great place because it's a relationship focused platform. And so it is designed with the expectation for those that go on there strategically and intentionally. It's designed for them knowing that they're going to make connections. And the connection might not necessarily be the client, but the connection might be the key to open up the doorway to stand on stages in front of lots of people who could be your clients. So I'm so excited that you are part of the community because that is very much so exclusive content only to the community. Podcast isn't getting that. Yeah, right. All the love. All the love. So stick around. That's coming. That's gonna come. The first one is next week, actually. Next week we're gonna be talking about podcast guesting. Okay, so next Thursday.
Oh, well, I
Right?
can't wait for that because I got all my stuff set up with my platforms and everything
Okay.
to produce my podcast. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet.
Okay, so we're doing podcast guesting next week, and then the following week we're gonna do actual podcast hosting.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
I have two podcasts, and I am excited because I'm kind of rebranded one of them, and so I'm like ready to go with mine as well. I got about 50 episodes under my belt already, so
All right.
yeah.
I'm on one of those.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right. So I'm so glad that this was helpful. Give it like 90 days. Just see.
Okay.
Sit with
All
God.
right.
And if he gives you the green light, go. See what happens in the first 90 days of the year. And I would love to have, a periodic report as to how this is working out for you.
All right.
Okay.
I will. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day. I know you don't usually work on Saturdays, but
Well, I do, but I don't take calls on Saturdays usually. But I was excited, and I knew that I had missed your question, so I wanted to make sure that I answered that. And then when you and I went back and forth a little bit on Facebook, no, not Facebook,
Clubhouse.
LinkedIn. I was like, oh my
LinkedIn.
goodness,
Yeah.
okay, I got so many ideas for her. So I think that will help because this is the thing, like you come off very quiet and subdued, but there's a spunky spice about you, like spunky spice, okay? And
Yeah, it's misleading. It's misleading.
see, I know. Wait, and I even told my husband, I was like, she showed a picture of like her wedding picture. I was like, first of all, when you see a couple like he looks good and she looks good, I was like, oh my goodness. So two good looking people I know have some tips. Okay, I'm just saying. Just saying. So, anyways, thanks for doing this. And this is how I coach. This is how I coach. And so for anybody who is watching this or have heard this on the podcast, this is how I coach. I'm kind of all over the place and I'm real passionate about it. But I will always make sure that people sit with God and make sure it's the right decision for them before they make any move. So go forth and have a conversation with him.
All right. Thank
All right.
you.
Yes, you're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
All right. You
All
too.
righty, adios. Take care. Bye,
Bye bye.
everybody.